But yeah, hopefully you're doing well, Practice. Hopefully all is well in the booty eye. Goat. I'm the goatest of all time. All right. Anyways, here we are in the booty eye, living our lives. Oh, I freaking remember now what I was going to come back to do in this game. I was actually going to go back and collect everything because I think we're at the end game. If I recall correctly, I think we're at the end game at this point. So I think what I was supposed to do, the goat of the booty eye.
The goat of the booty eye.
Hello, Nugget. Hopefully you're doing well. Appreciate you. Let's see. My chicken. Okay. I'm really curious here. Hold on. While I'm in here, I'm gonna do that really quick, just so like we don't have like extra stuff going on in the background. I can open up Chrome again afterwards because I don't need it now that I've set up a bunch of stuff, so I don't need it. All right. Hoi! Hoi! How are you? Hopefully you're having a great day. For Practice, it seems like it's probably like freaking AMs. So hopefully we can reach more people who aren't coming to watch in the freaking AMs anymore. I feel so bad about that. Anyways. But yeah, anyway, so basically I need to collect a bunch of the stuff that I missed. And I think we finished this area. We have 6 items for the scavenger hunt thing. I honestly don't know where these are because I don't know how I missed these. Interesting. I never freaking gave Lily the freaking fungus, so I need to go do that. That's been sitting there for like 5 years. Oops, hit the wrong button. This is the main thing, so starting that. So I wanted to focus on the places I visited first. So that means we're gonna go back to the quarry, and I think the quarry is where what's her name is Lily is anyway, so we can do that.
Without Ford's help, I might not be able to get back.
What?
I can't leave now. They need my help here.
Wait, are you for real? Wait, wasn't I able to leave last time? Wait, I thought it feels more quiet than normal. Oh yeah, it does look a little bit quiet over here. What the hell? Let me check that. How about that? Is that better? I forgot. I adjusted my audio settings, so everything needs to be adjusted. Audio-wise. Do that. That might probably help. Yeah, there we go. Everything needs to be a little bit adjusted audio-wise on my end, because now I'm not having the audio blast in a certain way, getting a boost in any way, so I need to turn things ups. Wasn't I able to leave last time? I'm actually so confused. Because didn't they tell me that you better go and do everything you want to do?
I can't leave now. Without Ford's help, I might not be able to get back.
What the hell are you talking about?
Ah, one of my regulars. We appreciate your business.
I am so lost. Like, what? What? I'm pretty sure I was able to leave last time. And I went I went back. No, I think I stayed here and finished everything there. Okay, okay, hold on, wait. We gotta... Let me see what happens if I go back this way. I don't understand why he's saying that. Because, like, it's saying, like, okay, we did all the brains. Now you gotta do this before the game ends. But it won't let me do this before the game ends. Like, what? Please tell me I'm gonna be able to freaking fast travel, bro. Oh, no. Wait. I don't think it's related to him in the hut, is it? Because I know they want me to use that machine, because that's what they're saying here. Start the atholade when ready. When the bees and vines cleared away, we should be able to use the astrolath to repair known as fractured mine. All I have to do is start the machine to begin operation. I should make sure I'm mentally prepared before diving in. So I was like, okay, I need to mentally prepare, so I'm gonna make sure I get a bunch of stuff. And then the game is like, hell no, you're not doing that. What? I might talk if this doesn't work, I might try to talk to him. That'll be my next guess. But I don't understand what's happening right now.
I can't leave now. They need my help here.
Wow. It really is doing that. I don't understand. I don't understand. Maybe this isn't the last mission, but why is it saying I need to prepare myself if it won't let me? Maybe it's saying I can prepare myself by going into brains? Like into other brains, but that's it? Is that what they're trying to tell me?
I hate to interrupt, but
Is the astrolabe ready, Rasputin?
I got the astrolabe working. I'll go get it started. You two come down when you're ready.
That's my boy.
Okay, bye.
Stay away from the water!
Dang. I swear I left, but maybe I didn't leave. Okay. Oh, looks like I have to just do brain stuff then. It won't let me leave.
I might not be able to get back.
So, I guess we're just coming here.
Is it time to take a spin in the brain tumbler? Yes, I'm ready to go to the
So,
collective unconscious.
change of plans. We're gonna do the brains first, not the places, because it literally says, frick you, you can't go anywhere else. So, alright. Good to know. Alright, so let me check our information here. The brains I've visited. We got... Yeah, I don't know why it wasn't letting me... Labato's Labyrinth. So let's go back to the first one. Oops, that is not what I wanted. What is this? Oh, this is the first one. Yes, it is what I wanted. Okay. I have no idea. This might not be the end game I think it is. I'm not 100% sure, basically, is what I'm saying.
Could you give me a lift?
All items recovered. So the only place where all items are not recovered are this poster gallery. I forgot that they're going to let you teleport too, so this should go by a little bit quicker.
Got a little bubble juice in my nose that time.
Alright, so what's going on in here? What are we missing here? Oh, I'm assuming that we can't go back up there. All right, so we have new powers, but I do remember that in this world, fire was very big. So I could try to see if maybe I missed anything with fire. I remember this.
Phew.
I don't see anything in here. What do you mean that doesn't say recovered? Okay. Bruh. Climb over, bruh. Can you wall climb in here? If you can, I don't see anything useful in here, so it looks like that doesn't help. Oh, who the frick cares, bro? It's same crap. All right, all right. I forgot about that. I forgot these did that.
I think I hear some emotional baggage.
Okay, did I get your tag?
Yep.
I thought I missed. Okay, I did get your tag. Awesome. Awesome.
All of Lobato's emotional baggage is now sorted. Maybe he'll be better now?
Okay, so what are we missing here? We're missing a nugget of wisdom. Huh. Oh. Come on, why aren't you... I have to go all the way back? Come on, bro! Oh, frick. Oh, I almost messed that up. I got no wisdom. Wisdom. I got a wisdom. My dome is bigger than most people's dome. It's just a very smooth dome. I don't even know what I'm saying. I don't even know. Alright, here we go.
Buddy, I need to get some
Now it's gonna say that I completed everything now, right? So it's saying central. I thought we were... Okay, apparently we didn't get everything here. Okay, let's have a look-see.
Thanks for the ride.
I thought we did have everything here. What the frick? I gotta say, this is gonna be a good way to kind of look back at all the brains we've been in and be like, hey, this game looks amazing, or hey, this game is awesome. Or, like, I mean this brain, the brain world. This one was cool. This one was definitely a cool one for the beginning. But definitely, this one is definitely not one of the best. In my opinion, things got way more interesting later on. Okay, I don't know why I thought something would be up here. It probably was up here initially, but I don't think there's anything up there now. Are you serious?
I'll take this nugget.
Dude, that was accessible for me from the beginning. That didn't require anything new. Oh my gosh, that's sad. Where the hell was that thing? Oh, here it is.
Could you give me a lift?
Alright, so that's everything. So let's go back to the collective unconscious. Collective unconscious. Alright, so we went that way. So now we want to go this way. How do I go this way? Who's this? Hold on, we gotta make sure we're going in order. No, we did Hollis's Craftsman. We need Hollis's Hot Steak. Does this count as Hollis's, like both of Hollis's thing? hot steak. I'm just gonna go in here because I'm a little bit confused. Wait. I swear I'm so just I have to be dyslexic, man. I have to be. Like, I just don't understand. I just don't understand. I have to have something, because, like, why? Why is it so hard for me to read sometimes? Letters just be changing and stuff. All right, folks. We gotta make sure we don't miss anything in here now. Let me just confirm I was reading that right. So if I talk to you... Parking casino. We didn't do everything there. We didn't do everything there. We... Dang, we didn't get a lot of stuff in a lot of places. What the hell? Holy bananas. Where am I at currently? Does it tell me what room I'm in currently? No. Oh, it
Polly
looks like
be
it's
like I'm a
nuggets of
4-day
wisdom,
steak.
figments, and emotional baggage. Probably like I'm a 4-day steak. Yo, what's up? Go over there. There you go. There you go. I don't know what room this is, but I think it said I didn't have everything in here, right? So I think it should just let you look at the rooms, like the different rooms there. What am I seeing? I'm gonna need some help. So if anyone's 5-head and they want to give me some advice, please share it, because I have no idea where to go in this earth. In this brain. Some paths are connected. Wait, so you're trying to tell me that in this small area there's something I missed? You're trolling, right? Unless I read something wrong.
Hey, little buddy. I need to get somewhere quick.
Oh, never mind. This is the first room. So I don't... Okay, never mind. I was doing it wrong. Okay. I don't think that room necessarily is where I'm missing something. I think they're saying this whole area is called that, and this is just one of the areas it plops you in by default.
Got a little bubble juice in my nose that time.
Okay, so this world was pretty cool, I gotta say.
May I trouble you for a bubble?
So the morgue is considered its own entire area, or are these individual areas, they're also their own? This is actually hella confusing. Cause like, are they saying that the morgue, as in this entire room, there's more in here? Like, I missed something in this area outside of the rooms. Yeah, the morgue was a hub, but I'm trying to figure out, because we have High Roller.
Could you give me a lift?
We have High Roller, we have Pharmacy, we have Records, Doctors Only, Maternity. It looks like none of those are the same. Oh, wait, this one says Cardiology. It looks like the ones that are yellow are unique, are not their own world. Because you see Cardiology, and Maternity Ward, Pharmacy Back Room. Some of them have their own areas. Yeah, that was a shattered classroom, so we got everything there. Let's just keep going, I guess. Yeah, they're all within the morgue. Yeah. All right.
That always makes
Oh, frick, I remember this. Okay, what I'm gonna be honest about though is I don't remember what I missed here. I really don't. So I do remember this place.
Yep.
Oh, frick. What? Did I just not walk in here? What? Oh, well, there we go. There's one explanation.
I think if I use projection on this door, my archetype would go in there.
Please stop talking, Raz. All right, here we go. Here we go. We have 3 figments left. I'm trying to make the architect or whatever you call the freaking thing go in there, and then he's just like, I think that's what I'm supposed to do. Yeah, bro. It is. I'm trying to do that. I just hit the wrong button, apparently. Whoa, whoa, stop being sus. There's nothing up here, huh? Okay, you can't grab that. I was thinking maybe you could grab that. Okay. If there's something in here for me to do, I'm not seeing it. Okay, I thought they might have had something in the corner there. This game's sus like that.
Hey, so I guess you want your cut of the winnings?
No way. I can't have this traced back to me. In fact, I'm skipping town. The boss is not gonna like what just happened.
What? Why?
Take my advice. Don't win anything else today.
Wow. I remember we helped the heart cheat. Now, is that everything in this area, though? That might have been it for this area. Those are card suits. Yeah, I think we noticed it last time. Maybe. Knowing me, probably not, but maybe. Alright, so let me see what the green blob says now. They probably will tell me that that's complete, right?
Hey, little buddy. I need to get somewhere quick.
Apparently, no. I still fricked up. Okay, let's go back. What? What am I missing? What could I possibly be... Oh.
Thanks, buddy.
Oh, you can't do that in
Or,
here.
You know, make a real
No.
loud sound.
So you can't do that
I don't
thought
wanna
thing
use
in
the
here.
thought tuner while I'm inside a mind. I'm surrounded by so many stray thoughts, it might explode. Or, you know, make a really loud sound.
Okay, that's fair. So if I can't do that... What else am I missing? Bro, it has to be something... It has to be something in that other room then, right? Wait. Oh. See, I tried to go up high in every room but this one. Okay, this is kind of weird though. There's literally just one sitting somewhere. I'm assuming that's it for this area though. Oh wow, I should have just used you. What am I doing? Alright, what do you say? Are you saying... Oh, cardiology back room. That's what that was. Okay. Why doesn't it tell me if I finished everything in this specific area? That's what it doesn't tell me. Apparently I have to... Oh, wait, no, it does. It's that green check mark up there. Okay, I see. Alright, so... So it seems like it's saying that the morgue counts as a location. Am I wrong? Or no? So like, does that mean I am missing something here? Oh yeah, probably. I guess it will just check mark when everything else is done.
Hey, little buddy.
I won't lie, this menu is a little bit confusing. All right, so let's just jump to the maternity ward. That seems to be the next section that we need to do. See what's up in here.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, buddy. I remember
What's that
this. Oh, frick, I forgot. One of the baggages is here.
I sorted all the emotional baggage in Agent Forsyth's mind. It's the least I could do after the trouble I caused.
Yeah, I was just wondering if I, like, severely missed something or not. But yeah, that would make sense that I can't do that, because it doesn't seem like something I can do. I'm assuming you can't get behind here. It's gonna be like an invisible wall. Okay. It wasn't an invisible wall, you just straight up die. That was hilarious, I'm sorry. Okay. I think I already got this already. Doesn't look like there's anything else around here that I might have missed. Right? Nothing on top of that. I don't think I could even get on top of that. That might be all that was in here. Oh yeah, because I forgot. Like, there's only like nuggets left. And one figment. So I'm assuming that that's all that was left here. So let's go back to you and see what you
May I
say.
trouble you for a bubble?
Yes. Okay. So now we're gonna go to the maternity. What was it? Back room. It's gonna be so hard finding one figment somewhere. I have no idea where that could be.
That always makes me a little dizzy.
It's probably in here, since this is what they're telling me. Whoa, calm down now. Anything over here? I don't see nothing over here. Huh. Uh-oh. Wow! Oh, Lord. I honestly don't even remember, like, how I went through this place. This is just the pattern looks confusing, just like the order of, like, where you go. Oh, wait, how did I blow this up last time? I did something here, right? Oh, wait, I think you had to use the side blast. Yeah. What? Oh. No one saw that? I hit the wrong one. Okay, no one saw that. Alright, wait, I can't blow it up? Oh, I thought I could blow it up. Never mind. What if I jump on it like that? Yeah. Anything around here? No? There it is! Alright, wait. How do I get that, though? What? Do I need to, like, make this... Could I jump to that? I don't think I could jump to that, right? Oh, you can. Okay, obviously, that's not the best time to do it, but you can. But is that what they want you to do? That is the question. Where is this supposed to take me? I don't see where this is supposed to take me, unless I'm supposed to use this to go over here and stuff. Yes, it went very well, just as I planned it, of course. That... Alright, hold up. How the hell... How do I get over there? Oh, maybe I gotta go this way. Don't miss. No! Oh, wait, you can shoot it? I didn't even know you could do that. Aw, booty. All that jabooty. All this time. There we go. Alright. This has to be the way you go, right? Okay. What does this do? It gives me the heepity jeepity beepities, baby.
Yep. Ho, ho. That's it.
Yes!
I think I've collected every figment in this mine.
Okay, so... Getting back, though. Yeah, I could have gotten that one last time. I just missed it. It seems like as we go back, this game is just going to slowly roast me and be like, yeah, you should have gotten that 5 years ago.
Could you give me a lift?
Okay, so... Wait, what? It says we didn't finish the pharmacy back room? Isn't that this? Wait, what? Wait, hold on. Did I go into the pharmacy back room? I probably didn't. I probably didn't even go to it.
Got a little bubble juice in my nose that time.
Oh, that was the maternity. Okay, my bad. I was about to say, what the frick?
May I trouble you for a bubble?
That might be all that's left aside from the morgue, is it? I think it is. So hopefully the morgue will finish after I do this. Something tells me, no, I can't get high enough for that. I think the rest of it is nuggets. Nuggets of wisdom. 2 of them. Oh, there's one. Wow. Howdy. But how the hell do I get to that? What? I seriously, honestly, I don't know how to get to that right now. I'm trying to figure that out in my head, but... Oh, wait. These make you jump. Do any of these go high enough for that? No, they don't. Maybe... you can jump onto it from here, maybe? Like... Is that a thing, or... Is that... sus? Is there, like... Can I drop from somewhere to get there? Wait, I thought there was a way to get back. There's not a way to get back? Ow! Balls! Alright, let's just go around and see. Well, okay, we can just die. That works. Oh, I see you.
I'll take this nugget.
It's one of those. Wait, let me make sure there's no bullcrap though. Oh, it was supposed to take me over here too? I didn't even see this one. See, you have to look all the way around because it's so hard to find these black ones. So like sometimes I feel like I just miss them. Is that really what it's supposed to do? Just this? Nothing else, huh? I have no idea, bro. I swear that wasn't there. Oh my god, I missed. I swear that wasn't there last time. God dang it, put me back up here again. Ah! Alright, is that it? So, it looks like there is something in the morgue. Because I think we have literally everything else but that. Right? I'm gonna go there and see what it says. We'll see what it says. If something's in the morgue, I have no idea where I'm supposed to look.
Buddy. Hey, little buddy. I need to get somewhere quick.
Yeah, let's check. Everything... Yeah, everything else is done. So there's something in here. So is it related to these, these type of rooms? Wait. Why can't I get back in here? Aren't I supposed to be able to get back in here? Yeah, we are gonna hear a lot of that. It's a nugget, right? Missing puzzle piece. Oh, I don't know. I didn't even notice that. What the frick? Doctors only didn't have a room, right? So, like, I think all these ones that don't have a room maybe need to be the ones I explore? Or did it have a room? Some of these don't seem to be their own rooms, but I could be, like, BSing. Never mind. That was literally pointless. Did I just go in a circle? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, you know what? Hold on, hold on. Is it? Oh, dang it. Was there any more pictures in here? Because that makes me sus. There's another one, right? It's probably not the gimmick here, but, you know. Oh my lord. I don't know. Looks like it can't be in there. Let's try another one. Records, maybe? I guess you can't do anything with those? Hmm. Is there a way to open this? Ah! No? Dude, what the hell? It does? Alright. There is, but you can't climb up there. This is a ceiling. I have no idea if this is the fastest way to move, but it feels the fastest, so. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about the ball. Is there one that I didn't look in? Records. What I need to know, how do you get in this high roller one again?
May I trouble you for a bubble?
Won't let me come in here. It's showing me it, but I can't get in here. I am very confused because the high roller one is where you fought the boss, so I'm wondering if there's something in there, but maybe you can't fight the boss from here? But then why would it say that Morgue is not collected if I can't do it from here? Yo, what's up, Hangman? I'm doing pretty good. I'm trying to 100% this game, but man, it's confusing. I don't understand what I'm missing from that. What? Hollis his brain. Is there like a... Can you go into like their boss fights separately or something? Been having nightmares recently. I have no idea why. I'm not really stressed at all. Yeah, I know that that can just happen to people. I don't get nightmares very often enough to where I would think it's an issue, but I know some people do. I think Tyga talks about getting them. I was actually trying to freaking find it. Where the hell is it? Is it this one? Oh. Yeah. What, does anything help you with them or anything? I don't know why I said anything twice. I always used to get nightmares when I lay on my back, but I'm actually trying to sleep on my back because it's better for my neck. And every time I've tried, I haven't had as many nightmares as I usually have. So I'm thinking I might be good,
Hey, little buddy.
but who
I need to get
knows?
somewhere quick.
So I'm not really good at helping with nightmares because I literally would only get them under those circumstances. The parking lot. Oh.
That always makes me a little dizzy. Yep.
me get up there? It says I have everything here, but if there... Oops. Our Lady of Restraint Neurological Hospital. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure I got that one already because I have everything here. On the top of the neon sign, I'm pretty sure I got it. It's claiming the only place I'm missing something is the morgue. So like, I just need to. I don't understand where in the morgue. Where the hell is that blue thing? Or green thing? Wow, blue. Not drinking caffeine before bed. What?
Could you give me a lift?
Wait, both of the things that you sometimes do? Okay, I'm gonna try to look at records. That's unfortunate. Why does caffeine cause that?
Bubble juice in my nose that time.
I never heard of caffeine causing that. I can see alcohol causing that, though. Freaking hell, why do I go to everyone but the right one? The hell's records? Wait, here it is. Wait a minute. I hear like a sparkling sound. Is that what you're supposed to hear when you're near those things? I did not know that caffeine could do that. That's crazy. Okay, I really do gotta make sure you don't be drinking any caffeine before bed. That has not affected me ever because I literally drink caffeine before bed and it does not stop me from sleeping whatsoever. You never take me alive, Supergirl. Can you do anything?
How's it going?
What do you mean? Where? It's behind a desk in a burnable painting? Oh, I missed that one. I read the caffeine one. Behind a desk in a burnable painting in records. Oh! Oh. Dude, how did I burn everything but these? What am I doing?
I'll take this nugget.
Oh my god. I don't know how I just completely acted like those paintings weren't there. All right. How was Florida? What was decent about it? I would like to hear about the trip, hey man. Feel free to elaborate on it.
Buddy, I need to get somewhere quick.
All right, let's get out of this. The one I'm really excited to do is that cooking one. That one was hella fun. I almost got all of it done. I messed up the last part. I remember that. All right, so we got Compton's Cook-Off. So that is the next thing. So I wanted to do that one again. I was really excited for that. So where is that? I have a really hard time figuring out which one is which. Dang it. Dang it. Dang it. Here we go. None of that looked like a cook-off, but whatever. Now I want cook-out. Dude, there's gotta be a way to get cook-out. Oh, frick, man. I miss having, like, those freaking, chicken wraps.
Looks like the budget of this show has been cut drastically.
Yo?
You might say it was chopped.
Here's the steamer trunk
Dude,
tab.
when the hell was that there? Okay, I think I might remember where the steamer trunk was. I think it was, like, sitting in some random place. And I didn't have the tag. I don't know how I missed that. Was I drunk? All right, here we go. Here we go. Oh, I didn't even know you could send the request like that. Oops. We need this in here, I think. Okay, where the hell is that thing? I think it was, maybe it was over here. Oh, frick. No one saw that. Ah! I think it was like behind something. Ah! I don't know why they got him cutting off stuff like that. It's so freaking funny. Okay, so it wasn't this one. Was it this one? Oh, I forgot that that hurt. It was behind something somewhere, alright? I thought. Maybe it wasn't. I thought it was. Bro.
Yep. I think I hear
There
some
it is.
emotional baggage nearby.
Yeah, I want to try to figure it out on my own.
Looks like Compton's mind
I
is
do
split,
remember seeing that one.
emotionally speaking.
Now I'm assuming what else is... Wait. No, that can't be right. That can't be right. Don't I thought I had to do the champions. I thought I had to do the cookout thing again. Do I not?
May I trouble you for a bubble?
I guess I don't? Oh, frick! Oh, I think that's why it was open. So basically, since I failed... I thought they would make me do it again, because the reason I didn't get it is because I failed. I failed the cookout the last cookout challenge, so I thought they were going to make me do it again, but it looks like you just go in there and it's just there. Okay. Psy Kings. We gotta go to Psy King. I think he was this way. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, wait. Oh, can someone test the topic command? If y'all want to, people can answer if you want, but I'm trying to test out a new functionality for it. So,
Like a roadie.
if someone could test it out for me. I'm trying to have it also, like, say the question in text-to-speech. And I think I might have got that fixed up finally. I had to, like, update a plugin for Firebot. The doors actually show you what you're missing.
Are you the kind of person that when you date someone, you'd like more time to yourself rather than time spent with your partner or the other way around?
All right, so how does that sound? Does that sound okay? Okay, oh my God. It sounds like a personal attack? What? How? How does it sound like a personal... I swear, every single time I come up with a question, you say that it comes off sus. No wonder people hate me, man. You're gonna have to be my PR manager and help me with my topic questions from now on, apparently. So you're gonna have to be awake every time I stream. You got this. You got this. On top of your job of like doing literally everything else, this one won't be too difficult. it wasn't. It was because I was thinking about Doom isn't here right now, but Doom has told me about stuff he's talked about. Like he said that it was Doom and somebody else where they said that they would want, if they were to have a relationship, they would want to have it in a sense where they only see their partner, like, what was it, like 3 times a week or something, or maybe like less than that, like. And I thought that that was really weird because I'm someone who likes to be around my partners a lot. So it was Doom and someone we no longer associate with. Well, apparently my brain completely deleted them. So, because I don't have any recognition of them. So, but yeah, anyways, they were saying, Doom was saying that, and I thought that was really interesting. And I thought that would be something interesting to ask people here and there, like anyone who comes to the stream, you know, is that something that you think about? Because for me, that's kind of, oh, I forgot you can ride the car. That's what it was that you could do. That was the gimmick here. All right, so this area, do we have everything? No. 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 Dang, we didn't do anything good in this place. Holy frick. What am I missing here? Bruh, I can't burn that? I guess not. What about these? But yeah, I've never heard someone say something like that before Doom brought it up. And, you know, I respect Doom, like, we're friends. So, like, I'm actually, like, want to hear from more people that might feel that way and why. So it wasn't an attack on you, necessarily, because I do know that you're someone who is more on that side. So that's something that, I had to get used to about you at first. But it wasn't an attack on you. It's just, like, I can see why some people, like, try to think I'm sus. Because they'll be like, oh, you're just saying that because, you're saying that because that's what happened with me and you. But it's like, I don't think about it that way. I'm thinking about tons of things in my head, like, all day long. And then, like, that's how I come up with a lot of the questions I have. So because I'm thinking about all these things, when I come up with a topic question, that's just one random thing that got pulled from my brain that day, like just then when I came up with that topic. That's just one random piece of the puzzle that got pulled from my brain. Okay, I was wondering what happened if you went in the crowd. All right. Sorry, I was trying to mute my mic and literally forgot where I put it, so I'm very professional. Anyway, gay level? Yes, gay level. This is the gay level. What? Well, I started it in the fridge, so you can just finish putting more of the powder in there, because I realized I had, like, no powder to make. Barely anything, so just pretend it's not there. Yeah. This is the level that the conservatives, if they saw this, they'll be like, oh my god, they're trying to turn our children gay. Oh, sorry. That's what this level would be, basically. They're trying to turn the frogs gay. Now they're trying to turn our children gay. I still can't believe that happened. I still can't. And people still defend that guy. Oh my. Okay, let's not even get started on that. But anyways, like, there's random things in my head, and I just pull things out when I think of ideas. So, like, if we ever had a problem in life, I might pull out a question related to that problem just because I'm curious of what other people think about it. That, with the purest of intentions. You know what I mean? I really don't understand what I'm missing here. Like, I looked everywhere. What the frick? Unless I need to use the car. Is that how this works? People are offended by literally everything and everything and anything. Terrible at driving. All right, so this just takes you in between places. Is there no figments like in this area? Because I was wondering if like maybe I can get a figment with a car. Looks like no. Dude, I did terrible in this world. Wait, so this is called backstage.
Hey, little buddy. I need to get
Oh, I
somewhere
did
quick.
finish everything in backstage. I'm such a troll. No one saw that. Don't worry about it.
Thanks for the ride.
All right. Let's see. The woods. Oh, I remember this place. And I do remember that there were things that I couldn't get. So I remember that about this place. So we see this. Oh, you know what? Since we're leveling up so much stuff, we should actually be leveling up our abilities as well. Thank you. Is that all you were gonna say, Practice? Because that feels very random. Some people are just super offended by the fact that you exist. Yeah, true. Unfortunate, though. Anyway, next subject. That's literally what you just did. This game is still 2003. This world is just very 2003, honestly. It's... Like, I think this world is meant to kind of give you the vibes of, like, the past. I think that was the whole gimmick of this world or something like that. Oh, I remember this. Okay, they want me to slow down time. I couldn't remember, like, when I had certain abilities. So, like, I couldn't remember that that was something that I was able to do here to begin with at all. Homie, bro, get the hell... If you don't stop sucking... Bro. Climb... Okay. Alright, Raz, I'm gonna let that slide. I'm gonna let that slide. Alright, But yeah, people often think that I'm being way more messed up than I ever intend to be. And it's just so unfortunate that that's the case because I can't do anything to help. I can't do anything to fix that. It's just like, you're just gonna make this assumption and... But most of the time, nothing I say will change their mind anyway. So it's just like, oh, well, I just have to accept that that's a thought that they have. That's how most of my life interactions go. Where they're like, oh, you're doing it because of this. And it's like, bro, I'm not like you. All right? I don't think like that. Oh, looks like there's literally nothing over here but just getting over here. Okay. All right. Yeah, that was pointless. Let's go back. That's the issue with having toxic traits. And also going through trauma. A lot of the times your body is going to start overreacting to things. I do it too. I'm not saying I'm free from this. That's why I say it's having toxic traits or trauma. I forgot what I was talking about 3 minutes ago. Oh, my bad. What was I talking about? My bad. I'm so bad at that. I do have the ADHD life. Even with the Adderall, I still be forgetting. It's okay. You just gotta remind me. I'm assuming I can't go down there.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, that's what the conservatives be doing. They be acting like, oh my god, you're gonna make my kids gay. And stuff like that. I was just making fun of that. Because they do be acting like kind of ridiculous about that.
Yep.
They would be the ones to look at this world and be like, this world's just trying to make my kids gay. And say that the world has to change. So yeah, you're right. I was talking about that. My bad. I didn't forget. Dude, where am I missing things? I looked everywhere. I think hippie vibes is literally what this was going for. I think that was the main thing this was going for. Wait, what even is missing? So we got nuggets of wisdom and we have 2... Oh, frick. We didn't get any memory vaults? Jesus Christ, we sucked at this world. And 1 figment again. Yeah, I remember being mad about that. Okay, does anybody have any idea where something could be? Because I don't understand. But anyway, back to the other conversation I started. Basically, when you go through trauma or you have a lot of toxic traits, on the trauma side of things, which is what I usually deal with, I'm so used to people being messed up to me that anytime I get a glimpse or a slight trigger that someone's about to do something that they would do to me that hurt me in the past, I go right into fight or flight and panic, right? And that's just something for some people just don't understand. They don't understand what that's like. And obviously, everybody who goes through trauma responds differently. But for me, I'm very sensitive to triggers. So whenever I get triggered, I start to panic, and I start to feel the physical and the psychological effects of that trigger, like almost immediately. And then on the side of someone who has just a lot of toxic traits, they often assume that, hey, I have this toxic trait. I usually, if I had this situation in front of me, I would do this. So I have to protect myself from this behavior when most people aren't even thinking like that. That's what I feel like happens with a lot of the toxic people that I've interacted with in my life. Like, they're going through their life, we interact, I get triggered by anything that reminds me of trauma, and they're assuming a lot of the times that the toxic traits that they have, everyone else has, or that I have. When I don't even think, I'm not even thinking in that same wavelength. I'm over here freaking out because of trauma, and they're over there assuming that, oh, you're doing that because you just want this or that or something, which is something that they might do if they were in my position. So I feel like that often causes a lot of conflicts in relationships. Different people who are struggling mentally in different ways. Either you're struggling with overcoming trauma and not being triggered by things, or you're overcoming like toxic traits and toxic qualities. Even if you're healing from a lot of those toxic behaviors, that still has a tendency to be there because you have that fear that other people would do the same to you, and you don't want to be treated in the same way. You don't want to be the person who's receiving that toxicity. So it's a really unfortunate. Where the hell are things here? Okay? But yeah, it's really unfortunate to be in that situation. Wait a minute. Could this be like one of those other places where I can go in the water, maybe? No, right? What? Yeah, like that other place. Okay, well, not there. I didn't see any pathways, so I just ran for it and nothing was there. So yeah, that's something that definitely happens, and I try to be as compassionate as possible, which is another thing that really frustrates me, because it's like I feel like I'm always trying to be super compassionate, and other people are just like, nah, frick you. I'm trying to be as understanding as possible of other people, even when I know they have toxic traits and they have trauma. I'm trying to be understanding. I don't feel like I get that back a lot of the times, unfortunately. The thing is, this place is so small. I don't understand how I could be missing something. Like the bags that I'm missing are huge. The memory vaults, they're usually running around. Right? Unless I'm not actually exploring this whole area. Like maybe I can come down here? Never mind.
Watch it.
No! I actually didn't mean to do that. Oh no. Maybe I needed to start breaking stuff. You might have to look this one up. I am not seeing what I could possibly be missing. I felt like I looked everywhere. I have no idea. Just like check, like where the hell are things? Where the hell is anything? I don't see anything here. Aside from what I've already got. This is that's something I want Taiga to listen to more. Like if I talk more about like mental health related stuff, I would definitely want her opinion on how I'm describing it, because I think that's something I really want to try to get better at, making sure I'm describing that mental health stuff. Where's this?
May I trouble you for a bubble?
Woods? It shows eyes here. Wait, maybe there's something over here. I want to make sure the way I'm describing things are understandable, so people can hear me and then understand where I'm getting at. One of the things I'm really trying to work on is pausing when I talk. Well, yeah, I was gonna say, instead of going, like, just pause and let people take in what you said, then continue your talking. I think I have been slightly getting better at it, but here and there I just randomly throw in an seems to be my big thing, and saying like more than I'd like to say. Like more than I'd like to say, like, you know? So I definitely want to get better at that as well. Do I see a rainbow bridge somewhere? No. What's a rainbow bridge? Let me see. One of them says, atop the red vines to the left of the first platform you come to after crossing the rainbow bridge. I don't see a rainbow bridge, bro. Just saying. Do you see one? Because I don't see one. At the top of the red vines. I climbed red vines over there, but nothing was there. These are red vines. And I need to re-record my Twitch intro because I still have speedrunning in that. An eye shrine. That's what I was saying. There is something that was pointing towards eyes. I can go back over there, but something was pointing towards eyes. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. I was wondering if you can shoot that to trigger it or something. An eye shrine? Is that these? Maybe? These tent places? There was a sign that had eyes on it somewhere. Let me try to see if I can figure out where that was. Oh, here it is. This shows an eye to the left and the right. And if I go this way, I don't see anything, but I'm assuming that could be one of them. Oh, freaking ball. These could be the eye shrines? You're gonna have to look this up in the context of going back into the brains after the fact, because whatever you're reading clearly has to be when you first come in here. And it's different when you come back. It's not? And they're saying there's an eye shrine this way. Where? I have no idea where these shrines are, bro. I don't know. Or the rainbow bridge you're talking about. So if you're saying that... Yeah, eye shrine singular, but they show... Look at that. It shows two. And there's no rainbow bridge. I don't either, but I don't see the cliff. It's the side of a cliff with eyes carved into it. In the woods. Maybe there's more to this map than I remember, because I don't understand what the hell you're talking about. Maybe I can leave this area? Like, maybe there's more up there? I don't remember. I thought it was just this area. Maybe there's more to the area than I remember. Oops, I had the wrong ability. I'm like, why can't I slow it down? Yeah, no worries, no worries. We can try to do it during the week. I didn't know it was that late for you, so it's not a problem at all. I have a lot of chores I gotta do after I'm done streaming today anyway. But yeah, we can try to schedule something during the week. Maybe we need to get all the way up here again. I have 3 out of 4 half mines. Maybe there's an area up here. Yeah, it's alright. Honestly, the coolest thing about me with streaming is that a lot of the people who watch me, all of them, their lives have gotten better to the point where they can't watch me as much anymore. And as sad as that might be streaming wise, it's good for y'all's mental health, so. Yeah, right here. I have the purse, I have that yellow one. Oh yeah, you do watch me, but I'm just saying in general, like a lot of people who did watch me, they can't do it as much anymore because they have weird time zones and they were out of work when they were watching me. That was like a common thing. So like it's understandable. Like I can't be mad at that. I'm out of work right now, so I have all the time in the world. So I can work with you in the sense of during the week, if you want to meet up, I can make time for you during the day because I don't have to be doing anything during the day. It shows the tags there. I have the green. I have all the tags. I just don't have the bags. I'm missing the green bag, and I think that's the big blue bag. Tuesday around now time? That would work. That works. Yeah, no worries. I'm glad that you're getting more stable. Because at the end of the day, that's what matters the most. Yo, what's up, Luminar? How you doing? It's where everything is that you're missing, basically. It's in the water. The water? You mean this? Because I don't understand how do I get in the water. Bro, a waterfall is still water. Any news about what? Oh no. How did it? Okay, that was bullcrap, bro. I literally just I was right here and I just fell. You can answer the topic if you'd like. I'm actually curious of what someone like you would say.
Are you the kind of person that when you date someone, you'd like more time to yourself rather than time spent with your partner, or the other way around?
That job pays peanuts, but it's doing wonders on my mental health. See, that's what matters, honestly. And I am happy for you. I'm hoping I can get to that point again myself. I want my mental health to not be suffering. But I'm happy that for a lot of other people, they've been getting the opportunity to have their mental health not suffer. So, this is the river. The Rainbow Bridge crosses the river. Why can't you answer? Are you not interested in dating? Because that's valid as well. Now, inside the Ear's Hand Shrine, you should see a prism just after the start of the level. Head forward and look for a rotating fan head. Are we in the right places? Because I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Somewhere quick.
No, inside the ear. Oh, they're talking about specific locations in the woods. Oh, that's completely... So am I supposed to be going to each section in here? The woods is its own location. It's just like the morgue? Oh. Well, let's try to go concessions then.
Got a little bubble juice in my nose that time.
Oh. Alright, let's look at this. I am not like a person who meets randoms and goes on random dates. I guess the question is for these people. I wouldn't force you to answer any question. You answer whatever you want. But my point is, it's not only for a specific type of person that goes on random dates. I don't know why you think that. It's someone, if you're dating anybody, that's gonna be that's gonna be something that matters to you, right? If you're interested in dating. It applies to anyone who's interested in dating. Okay, here's the spinning stuff. Okay, now I need the time thing. Okay, I do have that. Okay, now I'm gonna be looking all around the booty eye. There's something sparkly down there, isn't there? No, I think those are just bugs. Let me just check. Yeah, just bugs. Cockeye, yes. Valid. Is this character consuming some substance?
Yep.
No, this character is in someone's brain, and this is what their brain looks like. And this person was experiencing a lot of sensory overload, so that's what they're trying to simulate here. Oh, I love how the people are water. All right, it looks like there's nothing down there. But I can climb back up here, so let's look up here again. No, they just have sensory overload. I mean, they probably did consume some sus substances, if we're being for real. I mean, they're kind of a hippie, so... Well, the people's brain doesn't work like your typical vision. It works... People's brains don't look typical, do they? Most of the time, the way our brains probably look is probably pretty sus. That's what this is trying to simulate. Yes, but if you were to imagine going inside someone's brain, I would assume that you wouldn't think that it would be very normal in there. People's brains would probably be able to reach categories or levels of things that you usually wouldn't see. Dang it. People are creative. People are, you know, complex beings. So their brains are probably, if you were to explore someone's brain, it probably wouldn't look the way you think it would look, is my point. Here's one. Oh. I remember this. Okay, we gotta do it. We gotta do our little friend.
No, not this again. I would not go in there if I were you.
Yeah. Okay, we got one of the bags. All right, see you, Luminar. Ford forgets. I did not figure out anything about this man. I feel so bad. You got so neglected. Yeah, my bad. Memory vault. I don't know what's happening. Mistakes were made. Oh, they thought he died. I do remember that from the story. But he didn't die. And then his brain popped out? What the hell? So that's how Ford forgot. Sure. All right. Anyways, get me out of here.
Why do I have to do all the hard work?
Okay, either something tells me I need to explore over here because I don't even remember seeing this whatsoever. So that makes me think that there's other things I'm probably missing over here. Maybe. Maybe. Alright. I thought that was a nugget and it's just that freaking... Dang, man. Yeah, I knew there was going to be pain trying to find these last figments. This world is the hardest because it's just so much color and, like, pop. It's really hard to just find something when everything is just popping. Everything pops out already. So, trying to find something very specific is 10 times more difficult. I mean, that's the truth. Like, every other level, like, has, like, a look to it to where the figments are gonna stand out to an extent. But in this world, everything is gonna get, like, mixed in with everything else. It's gonna be hard to know what the hell you're even really looking for. Or if you're staring right at it or not. All right, so that was one of the things. That could be all that was here. So what I need to do is try to get to one of those green places. That green thing, so I can see if I can, Where is that green thing? What's down here? No, I did that already, right? Green thing! Where are you? That green thing is, like, impossible to find from far away. Like, I don't know where the hell that thing is. It's okay. It's okay, Raz. You'll be alright. Oh, I swore he was over here. He's not? Oh, no. Where is that green thing? So I can check and see, because that might have been everything that was here. Maybe I just missed that, memory vault, and that was it. Where's the little man thing? You just reminded me of that freaking Resident Evil lady. Stupid man thing. That's what you just reminded me of. Oh, that was the point? Oh, my bad. I swear to God. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Wait a ice chicken limit. Wait a chicken. Something's over there. Right? No? Oh my God. Where is the start of this freaking level? I thought there was something secret over here. I don't freaking know. And the funniest part is that she's so irrelevant to the entirety of the game. Like, she literally dies in the beginning of the game. I thought that she was like the entire thing. People were just obsessing over the literally one of the first bosses you have to face. But that all that shows me is that those games are long as hell. Cause like that part, like I remember watching people speedrun that Resident Evil game, and that part still takes a long time. I don't remember, but like.
Could you give me a lift?
All items collected. I'm in the... Oh, okay. So that was it. Concessions. That was it. So let's go to Eye Shrine. I really gotta remember where this freaking bug, whatever the hell this thing is, so I can get back to them. Because that's how I can check to make sure I'm done.
Thanks, buddy.
Okay, something makes me think going backwards is the way to go. I was also getting a lot of frame drops in this place before. I'm not getting that right now, so that's pretty cool. I do feel like I'm getting a performance boost ever since I've started, like, overclocking both things and getting rid of, like, StreamFX, which is, like, a big plugin on OBS. Like, all that stuff in combination. Oh, this is what they're talking about. Oh, this is what they're talking about. They're probably talking about this for the Rainbow Bridge part. Yeah, I remember this. I thought that there are figments.
Light and time band together to fill the universe.
What the? Why are you talking to me? I thought that there was figments like on these rainbows and I missed one or something. That would explain why I'm missing literally just one. What the? Oh my god, this place is so big! Alright, alright. I didn't even see those things! I couldn't even see them. They were green. Oh, there's half a brain. Oh, yeah, I couldn't do that because I didn't have anything to slow that down yet. Okay. What the hell? That was awkward. Alright, so now we have the time slowing thing. Wait a minute, how did I miss that? Wait. No, I'm supposed to do it like this, yeah. Like that. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Okay, so that's all the half of mine. So we have that. Now we're looking for the 2 bags, 1 figment, and 2 nuggets. Oh my god, this is gonna be pain. Oh, Christ! I didn't realize I was about to, like, stop being slow. Alright. Something tells me this area probably has the most of it, but I don't know for sure. Oh, wow. They really made both of these require the last thing you get. That is so dirty. They were just like, we really want you to come back to this world. Messed up. All right, helmets. Hail Mary. Atheta. Singing. To no one. To Ford. To camp. to singing at camp. To happy person that I don't remember. Yeah! Great! Oh, frick. I keep forgetting it closes you in here. Alright, so that's all of the memory vaults. Now we're just looking for nuggets in that last figment. Oh, no. And the baggage. Dang it, man. There's still so much. The last figment, 2 nuggets, and 2 bags. Because we have all the tags. We just literally don't know where the bags are. I don't know how this happened. But it happened. Usually it's the opposite, where I know where the bags are, and I just don't have the tag. So I'm hoping that I'll just accidentally run into some of these bags as I go through. And it'll be like, oh yeah, that bag thing. But once again, this world is very hard to see, so like the bags can easily get lost in this because the bags are colored. And so is like literally everything else in this game. In this world. Oh no, Lord! There's a suitcase. Baggage. Yeah, I don't have that. The big ones I don't have. So the blue one is here. Wait, I can't grab that again? Sorry, that looked really funny. Okay, I'm just gonna come down here. Start again. Alright, hold on. There is nothing over there, so that was pointless. Go this way. What is over here? Nothing? There was something here, though. But right now, there's nothing. So that's a pointless direction as well. Yay! I love going pointless directions. Oh, frick. Alright, so I have to go this way. And then I need to... Oh, okay, I remember this. I need to come back down here. Oh, yeah, okay. Then I go on this bridge, yeah.
Nothing truly bends but our minds.
Okay, so apparently he's gonna talk to me on every single bridge. I'm gonna mentally be prepared for that. Oh, there's a baggage here. Ah, there we are. Nice. Okay, so that might be it for this area. Oh no. Oh, Lord mercy. Oh, balls. Yeah, this game is very sneaky with the way they do things. But that's also kind of why I won 100%. Oh, that's how you were supposed to. Frick this game, bro. Why am I always doing everything the hard way? It's really funny putting with the stuff I say like that.
All just frequencies in the same beam of light, rainbow bound and bonded.
Something tells me I might have missed something over here, but at the same time, I think I got it already. Because I don't see anything over there. Dude, there's like 5 million pathways. Oh, I think this is how I leave.
Boy, we bent around back to the beginning.
Back like a snake attack. Woo! Whoa. Ah! I didn't see you guys. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what I just said. Don't ask. Wait, is this where it's supposed to be freaking going? Oh, frick. I remember there were some figments in here, too. That was mean. Okay, let me make sure I didn't... I'm gonna try to make sure I didn't miss any. I think I had, like, some tears here. From the eyes. I think I got all of them, but I'm just gonna try to slowly go through here and make sure I didn't miss any. Looks like I didn't. What? Wait a minute. How do I get back? Game? How do I get back? Is there an easy way to get back? Oh, I think it's like this. Here we go. This just gives you health, right? Okay, yeah. Oh, this is the way you get back, I think. I was like, please tell me I don't have to backtrack. I'm assuming that was everything from this world. From this section. So let's go back the other way. Okay, that didn't work out in my favor. And, yeah. Alright, let me see what you say.
May I trouble you for a bubble?
Eye shrine. Okay, yeah, that's that. Eye hand shrine. Wait, did I just say eye hand shrine? It's ear hand shrine, isn't it?
Thanks for the ride.
I don't know what kind of dyscalculia, I mean, a dyslexia I have, but it's a severe one, folks. It's a severe one. Like, I have the type of dyslexia where I just make up words. Like, I'm staring at it and I see something else. I don't know, folks. I don't know. Wait a minute. Is that something shiny down there? Is that a nugget? Oh, that's a freaking nugget. Dude, how did I miss this? It's literally right in my eye.
Yep. I'll take this nugget.
Oh my lord. It was right in my eye sack. Oh, there you are. That didn't work. That also didn't. Yeah. 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 Anyways, there we go.
Wow, I sorted all the emotional baggage in Helmet's mind. Wonder if I can be in the band now.
Kid, you don't want to be in the band, okay? We saw that disaster. You don't want that. Okay, let's go back here and see if that is everything.
Could you give me a lift?
Yep, okay. Nose mouth shrine. Yes, there's 2 nuggets and 1 figment. Is it 2 nuggets or 1
That
nugget?
always makes me a little dizzy.
Oh, 1 nugget and 1 figment. I don't know how the hell we're gonna find those, but we're gonna pray to the Lord Jesus balls. Yeah, it says they have to be here, so we're gonna...
Yep.
At least the game tells you where things are. The game didn't even tell you where things are. Like, I don't even know if 100%ing would be worth it, bro. It would be a disaster. But at the very least, they give you an idea of where you're missing things, so... Alright, Ew? Oh, I forgot about the tongues. I hate that sound. Ugh. I'm assuming I can't climb up this, right? Yeah, it's one of those. That sound is so nasty, bro. I don't want to see it in slow-mo. It's even worse that way. All right, let's be careful now. Let me make sure I'm looking around. I'm sorry, that sound is just way too disturbing. There it is! What the hell? Oh my god, you guys! You guys are so sus for that. No, I'm not. No one saw that. It's fine. I swear it lasts longer than that. I don't know why the hell it was so short when I needed it to be long as hell. What? What? It sounds moist. Bro, why are they trolling me? Since when does it finish that fast? No, you ball! You moist ball sack. Alright, here we go. Finally, butt cheek. Okay. You know what? I'm not even gonna question it. Not even gonna think about it. All right, so now we're looking for this last figment. Yeah, but I was very confused as to what the hell just happened there, but yes, I did happen to get the thing. Ah, cock! Dang it! Balls! Frick! Alright, alright. Oh, we almost missed it. Are you guys waiting for me? Aw, that is so kind of you! Did I really get hit by that? What a drunken hoe. Okay, where's that green thing at? Green thing, where are you? Ew! I just forgot how nasty that is. What the hell? That's literally someone's nose hairs. Did I not recognize that before? Part of me feels like I didn't know that. Maybe I do need to go this way? I'm just trying to find a dude, you know? That's nasty, bro. This is so nasty. Oh, no. No, you're my mother! Oh, never mind. I don't know why. Those weren't the right languages or words. The combination of words were wrong. Ooh. Wait, did we have this then? I can't remember if we did. I think we did, right? We had, we did this already, apparently. I don't see anything. So I'm assuming that we did that. That's nasty, bro. That's nasty. Okay. I do remember I might have messed up some Figment stuff here. I remember that you told me I missed one here and I dropped back down and came back for it. So I guess I'm assuming I couldn't have possibly missed another one here. Oh no, this is that part that cursed me that day. Oh, thank God it didn't do it to me again. Ah! If you go down there, that's the end. Or we might have to go down there. I'm assuming something was here? Maybe I'm supposed to do this? Stop with that sound. That sound is very nasty. Bruh. Okay, I was about to say, homie bro was about to get slapped, alright? Don't be pulling that ish. Alright. Wait, what the frick? Why'd it bring me right back here? I just came from here, you butt. Bruh, how do I get back to this this green alien thing, okay? That's all I want in the booty eye. Oh, maybe I just go this way. Ah! Oh, I swear to God that wasn't me in my eye, I swear. This is very, awkward. Okay, I made it. Bro, where is this green animal? I think it's over here. Right? Oh, green animal! Oh, there you are.
Hey, little buddy.
All right, here we go.
Somewhere quick.
Okay, that is everything. Okay, so now it says the woods, the same place I couldn't find anything. This always happens. So they're trying to tell me
Thanks for the ride.
There's a figment in here that I didn't get. Because that's the only thing left. Now that I know it's a figment, it makes sense why I was having such a hard time. Because I was looking for like those big items. And as we all know, it's really easy to not see a figment in this map, so I'm gonna try my best to look for a figment now. Now, there are a lot of figments in this game where, like, you just run through an object and you pick up a figment, so I'm gonna try to make sure I run through objects as well. Some of them just basically look like, the items in the game. So, like, I didn't even know that they were a figment. No guides highlight all the figments, though, so you're on your own here. There's no way no guides highlight all the figments. That's impossible, bro. That's literally part of 100%ing the game. Yeah, other games have like 5 million things and they still have guides on them. But I would like to be able to find it without cheating. Wait. Do you guys see that shadow? Am I crazy? How do I get out of here? Oh, frick, I was stuck. Now it's not there. What the? That was sus as all hell. Any figments hiding around here? Some part of me wonders if it's like one of those figments that's timed. So if you look at it at the wrong time, you miss it. Maybe over here? No? Yo, what's up, X-Files? How you doing? Appreciate you stopping in. Hopefully you're doing well. Oh man, where is it, bro? With how much I look through, I don't understand how I can't see where this figment is. How does this happen? I mean, what? That's some bull dicks. I'm sorry, but that's some bull dicks. What the hell was that? But, bro! What is this crap? I swear, Raz, if you don't stop trolling. I'm assuming there's nothing over there anyway, so I guess it's fine. I guess, or let it slide, Raz. Alright, alright. Okay, we're trying to find... Ah, my balls! Okay, that's bullcrap. Alright, figment. So we're just gonna run into stuff until we find a figment. Dude, am I like... How could I be missing this so badly? Right? Like, there's no way. I don't see any figment. Maybe I should try this again. Maybe this will show me something. Or give me a view that might show me something. Because I remember this had figments with it, but I would have gotten them already, right? Bruh. Really?
That's it. I think I've collected every figment in this mine.
Really?
May I trouble you
Jesus,
for-
man. They really gotta do me like that. They really gotta do me like that. How is that where it was? I swear, everything that I'm missing is just things that most of the things I'm missing, especially figments, I could have gotten already. And it's really sad. Alright, we gotta figure out... I'm probably gonna break this into 2 streams because we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. We have 4 more areas and we stream for 2 hours. So I could try to do... We can try to do Strike City. I don't remember which one that was. And then we can try to save the rest of them for next time. Because I would like to finish collecting everything and then go continue the story afterwards. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how much we want to keep going. I am having fun. Like, this game is definitely fun. This game is good on that department. That's not... Wait, what? Yeah, Strike City. What the hell is Strike City? I don't remember that. The frick? Who the hell is Strike City? Oh, is it one of Ford's... Oh, I think it's one of Ford's places. Yeah, I think it's one of Ford places. Yeah, yep. Okay. Oh, my neck is being sus as hell right now. Yeah, see, I wouldn't be surprised. To me, it's not surprising that someone would have the hardest to find figments because...
Hey, I thought this world was sprayed out of existence.
Oh no, that's happening in a few minutes.
Oh, wow. The cycle continues. I'd better get my cleanup done quick.
That's really messed up, game.
Yep.
Okay, part of me wouldn't be surprised if there were actual figments back there when I first played this. Alright, so what is missing? Wait a minute, we just assumed. We gotta figure out what's actually missing here. So we got all the figments. All I'm looking for is a tag and a bag. How do you miss a tag and a bag? Wow. Well, doesn't look like there's anything in here. Something tells me it's probably gonna use that special power. I'm hoping that it uses that special power and it's not something embarrassing that I should have been able to do 5 years ago. But yeah, we'll see. Oh, this was like, okay, this was one of my favorite worlds in the game. I remember this world. This is like literally one of my favorite worlds of the game. It's so good.
Here goes nothing. Whoa, whoa.
Woo! I love the sound of bowling balls hitting each other. I love the sound of balls hitting each other. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, you can definitely relate. Yeah, definitely, y'all.
Come back here and fight.
All right. What? Did that happen last time? What? Why?
Bye.
Why did that have like a whole entire like camera change and crap? That's really odd. What the? I'm missing. What is that? Is that might be the blue one? I think that's the blue one, the suitcase one. Whee! Skateboarding! Woohoo!
My muscles to warm up. What muscles?
Uncool.
Sorry, nerd. Oh, wait a minute. No, I definitely was over here before, but... Dude, there's a bag here? Oh, no. I have no idea where that would be. Oops. I did not try to do... I was not trying to do that on purpose. I promise, bro. If I talk to you, what do you say?
Buddy, I need to get somewhere quick.
Downtown center is where I'm missing it. Okay, let's go there.
Thanks, buddy.
Giant Joe's?
Looks like Ford and Lucretia were actually quite an item.
I'm assuming not that sign? Wait a minute. What the hell? Where's my bowling ball? Oh, I'm supposed to go. I have to go all the way over here? God dang it. Wait. What's over here again? Nothing. Use the wooden sideways ramp to orient yourself to the building behind it. The wooden sideways ramp. All right, let's look for a wooden sideways ramp. Oh. Right here.
This guy needs a duffel bag tag.
Oh, we don't have the tag. Oh, freaking hell. Okay, we found where the bag is. But the tag, though. Oh, I remember finding that bag and not having the tag. I do remember that. Ah! Ah! Okay, that was bad. Wait, for the tag itself behind Big Giant Joe's sign. So that? I'm not back for you, dicks. I'm just kidding. Oh! Break, that was almost bad. Big Joe's sign. Big Joe's sign. Ew. I don't remember that being there. So to say. Seems like that's not what I was supposed to do, folks. Seems like that was not what I was supposed to do. But what am I supposed to do is the real question. Wait, am I supposed to be able to make that? Am I supposed to be able to make this jump? Ah! Okay, that was terrible. That was terrible. We got this, folks. We got this. Never mind. We don't got this. We got it this time. Don't worry about it. We got it this time. Frick! What? Did it just start me at the beginning? Did it just say you suck so bad you're getting teleported to the beginning?
Is that messed up the trick I was about to do?
Oh! Here we go. Hey, it's okay that you insulted me, game, because this is where I need to be.
How rude!
Oh, they mean this. Ah, my stop it, doobity! That wasn't.
Hey now, no crossing the foul line.
Yes.
Um.
Duffel bag tag.
Okay. Sure, game. All right. Not gonna question it. Not gonna question it, folks. We're just gonna pretend that didn't happen. It made sense. I promise. All right. Okay. Fine. Good. Yeah, that was pretty clip worthy. I don't know what the hell that was, honestly, but we're just gonna pretend it didn't happen.
Oh, you're asking for it, pal.
Oh, you're asking for it. Try and stop me, germ. Please. What? I can't get back in? Oh. What?
Get some control over your ride, man. Aw, man. You messed up the trick I was about to do.
Get some control of your ride, man.
May I trouble you for a double?
Okay. It was here, right? Now they got the other characters saying ah too. Everybody's saying ah. Everybody's going ah crap, ah crap. Wait, what the hell? Where's my bowling ball? Game? Okay, luckily I can make it without my bowling ball. Still very sus of you, game. Alrighty. Woo!
I've sorted all the emotional baggage here. Hope that helps, Ford.
All right, so that is everything here. Cool. Okay, so should I leave the rest of it for later, or should I just go ahead and finish everything else? 'Cause I'm assuming everything else should be faster now. But I don't know for sure.
Could you give me a lift?
Everything else should be faster now because I'm assuming that towards the end of the game, I was getting mostly everything. I was missing like a few things. But yeah, the checkpoints are really interesting in these games. Honestly, it kind of does make me curious about the speed run, but we're gonna not do that. We're gonna not do that. Wait, what were we doing? Bob's Bottles. The speed run is funny? Oh, is it? Yeah, I feel like the speed run for this game would be really fun. I don't know. If I were to ever come back to speed running, I would probably look into this game. I can't lie. Every game that I want to 100% is a potential speed run to me. If I want to 100% you, you have to be. There's something special about you. Oh, here we go. There's some prop flying strats where you jump on an object with telekinesis and ride on it. Wait, for real? Honestly?
Well, this place is improved. Bob really does have a green thumb.
Honestly, that's valid. I can see that. I can see that for sure. Wait, what the hell? Was that always there? Oh, this world was pretty cool. I think I actually do need fire here, though. Alright. Wait. Yo, where the hell was my bridge? Oh. I swear to God, this game. Wait, is there a green thing over there? Yes, there is. Hold up. Hold up. Go back. We need to use that instead. This is not...
I trouble you for a bubble?
Okay, the kitchen... Tia's kitchen and ruined greenhouse are in Viking reception are where we're missing things. All right, Tia's kitchen. Oh Lord, Tia. Going back to Tia. When I think of the name Tia, I think of Tia in... Oh, no. What's the other girl's name? Tia... Tia Mari. Tia... What's her sister's name? What the hell? Oh my God, that's cringe. I can't believe I just forgot. Oh no, that's so cringe. Oh man, okay. We're missing a hell of a lot of figments. I think I remember where the figments I missed were. Something about that. We're missing baggage and figments. We have 2 tags. We're missing 1 tag, and we're missing 3 bags. This is a yike, but it's okay. There were sus baggages all over this goddamn place. I remember sus-ish in this place, period. Oh, this place is kind of trippy. Disorienting.
Yep.
Oh! I think you're right. There was some weird baggage somewhere. I didn't know how to get to it. Did I ever get to that one? Oh yeah, I never got to that one. I remember that. Oh, what the hell? Oh no, looks like I'm gonna need this again. Well, technically I don't need it. It's just nice to have. But it looks like I don't need it.
Hello down there.
Oh, yeah. Not surprised I'm missing a lot here, honestly. This place is just kind of complicated
I can see
looking.
Your house from here. Is it green?
Alright, I'm assuming nothing was missed around there.
Put me down, wretched demon.
I don't see anything, so... I thought he wanted to be carried. What?
Jeeves.
Why do you say that?
Yep.
All right.
Name for me this monster so roughly bearing me.
There was
o'er
stuff
the
over
sea.
there. I remember that. I swear that happened last time too. I swear to God.
Breath from above.
All right. On top of the doorway leading to the third swamp segment in Tia's kitchen, swing on the trapeze bar as high as you can. Then let go at the top and either climb the vines or levitate to the roof to reach the purse. What the?
Have an air sickness bag.
We have to go, we gotta do some freaking gymnastics?
When does this ride end?
I'm just trying to play the video game. I'm not doing. I wasn't asking for no gymnastics. The third part. So I think that's this part. Okay, fair, but he doesn't like that. Okay, so the game shouldn't include that.
Junior man.
The game shouldn't enforce that on me. I am a psychonaut, not a scrub. Oh man.
Wait a second. What am I doing up here?
Where does this go again? Oh, here we go.
Yep.
I am playing a platformer Psychonaut character in the video eye. Ah, frick, almost died. I'm supposed to use this to get there, right? Yeah.
Thanks for the lift.
I
by the
went
way.
that way, so I know I got them the things there. Right? Yeah. Yeah, I did. All right. What the hell was that? All right. Wait. So this is outside.
Up in the air, Junior man.
Dang it! I'm sorry. I was looking around. Okay, I wasn't paying attention. Wait. So outside of this place?
Name for me this monster so roughly bearing me.
No,
o'er
it can't
the
be
sea.
this. Probably the next one.
Hey, I can see your house from here. Is it green?
Oh, I thought I could stand on that. Ah, frickin' hell.
Breath from above.
Oh, it's this. Oh,
think
you're
I
supposed to
hear some
use
emotional
this.
baggage nearby. I think I hear something.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Okay, fair. I didn't think of that at all. I knew that was there, and I was like, I have no idea how they want you to get that. Okay, so now we have a baggage, figments, and another bag and tag. I need to find one of that green thing, because I might not need to be in here anymore. But I have no idea where the hell I'm going to find that, so you might have to just go through this. And keep looking around, I guess, as we go. Bro, why does it go that way? I forgot that one trolls. Wait. No, you eat the baduba the duba. Okay, there we go. Don't worry, nothing happened. Anyways, let's see. Oh my god, you saw the hops there? Homie, bro, was hopping. That was very trippy. Where is a green thing? Green thing, I need you. Stupid green thing. Ah! Oh, you did. Oh, you did. You did. You did. So I'm guessing I'm supposed to... This, you know...
Watch it.
Okay.
Could you give me a lift?
Alright, so... What? We didn't finish TS... We missed something there? Are you for real? What? What? We also don't seem to have everything here either. This is a greenhouse. Bruh. Are we supposed to go in there? Ah, freaking hell.
Hey, little buddy. I need to get somewhere quick.
I didn't get everything I needed there, and now I have to go back. That's annoying.
Thanks, buddy.
Can you
May I
take me to
trouble you
different
for a
sections
trouble?
of this place? Yes, ruined greenhouse. So I need to be at Ruins Greenhouse and Vikings Reception. That's where things are.
That always makes me a little dizzy.
Wait, so there's something in this area. For real?
Yep.
Please don't tell me I have to go through the whole Tia's kitchen again and go back up there. Please tell me I don't have to do that. Yo, what's up, Doom? How you doing? Appreciate you stopping in. I'm trying 100% this ish. It's eating my eye. What could I be missing? Yo, hopefully lunch break is going well. I'm glad that you're doing okay. If I go in there, it takes me back out, right?
Hey, little buddy. I need to get somewhere quick.
Yo, nice. Is it something that you think will be much better for you? Because I know you were saying you were having issues at your current one.
Could you give me a lift?
I have no idea where they want me to go. Let's try Viking Reception. Maybe we'll have better luck. Oh, yeah, I remember we were missing figments here. So at least I freaking know what was going on here. Oh,
Thanks for the
that's
ride.
cool, then. Wait, so you got to still interview for the same company? Yeah, these are where I was missing the figments. Like, shouldn't they just be able to, like, just move you over? Weird. I don't know, though, because I only had one job. You had one job! I still don't know if that's the way I'm supposed to do that, but it works, so. 4 days at the old one. 3 days at... Oh, wait. 4 days at the new one. 3 days at the old one. Ah, okay. Wait, so I don't remember how I was supposed to get over here last time. Can I reach that somehow? Oh, Lord! Oh. What the? What's this? Yo. Yo. Wait a minute. Do they want you to do this? Wait, no, that can't be it either because I tried this, didn't I? Dude, if you don't stop... The managers know each other, and the new guy was like, I don't want to steal all your new workers, so I'm gonna make him part-time here and part-time there. That's so weird. I mean, hey, I mean, if it's what you want, I guess it's fine. But I've never heard of something like that. It's interesting. Okay, so that strat didn't work. Okay. Okay, that strat also didn't work. Okay. Let's try this. Let's try to do the same thing we did last time. Oh no, will it not give you enough boost? Will it? Ah! Okay, what if we climb up here? Will it let us get up there now? No, this takes me to a whole new area. Yeah, I'm trying to... How do I get to that? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Wait a minute. Maybe I can use it this way to do it? Nah. No, I did not know that. What? I thought the camera was just useless. I thought the camera was basically just... Here, take pictures of the game. Wait, wait. I'm not gonna talk about it.
Suitcase tag.
Oh, frick. I mean, I'm having fun kind of just going like this, though, but that does help.
Hey.
That was not what I wanted. This doesn't make me go very high. Jesus Christ. No! Yeah, that's fair. I could look into it. I don't remember seeing that in the shop, I gotta be honest. Why is this harder than it should be? God dang it. Wait, can I fly over to that and I'm just like not doing it right? What the frick? I feel like it's not getting me high at all. Oh, mate, maybe I'm just not trusting myself. Maybe I can reach it. Oh, never mind. I wasn't trusting myself. Okay, there we go. Okay, now do I have everything here or is there still stuff here?
Somewhere quick.
there's still stuff here? If that's the case, then they want me to go all the way down here then, right? No one saw that. Didn't happen. All right. You have a great rest of the day at work, Doom. Appreciate you. Ah! All right. Ah! Oh, this is that liquor place. Is this where like it gets to like a weird? It gets to like a piss color.
Hey, wanna hang out?
That joke was so funny. All right. That was hilarious.
Does anyone happen to
Whoa, wait.
have an air sickness bag?
What? Oh, I see what they want you to do.
Take me back to your nest to feed something. Thanks for the lift, by the way. I didn't catch your name.
Bird. My name is Bird.
Hello
You gotta be
there.
moisturizing my eye sac on a Tuesday. Okay, we made it.
May I trouble you for a bubble?
Okay, so we did everything here. So this can't be the right place. So they're trying to tell me right now that in this area, like that snow area, I'm missing something else. Wait, how many figments do we have?
Bubble juice in my nose that time.
Oh, we're still missing 4 figments and baggages. Okay. We have all the tags. Okay, then maybe I need to come back up here. Like, maybe I need to go this way? Because, like, wasn't there, like, a way that you could go, like, in here or something? Or will it not let me do that now? Maybe I need to go from the top. Dang it. Wait, I thought that was how I did that last time. Is that not how I did that? Oh, wait. I probably need to use the float thing a little bit. There we go. I don't see what else I could be missing here. I definitely thought those are the last figments, but they're clearly not. But something else has to be here. What am I missing? Yep, no, there never was. Wait, what? Wasn't there an area over here? I thought there was an area attached to this bowl. I don't know what I'm missing, but something's not right. Okay, you can't go down there. Excuse me, my neck is being a piece of dick. Really? I gotta destroy everything in here! Ah. Oh. Okay. Frick you! I'm just kidding. That's probably it then that was there. Oh. Okay.
Could you give me a lift?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I just didn't walk in that close enough. Alright, so now it's ruined greenhouse or in Tia's kitchen, and part of me feels like I might have to go through Tia's kitchen again to check ruined greenhouse properly, because every time I go to ruined greenhouse I don't see anything at the bottom, so I might have to come in here. All right, so
That always makes
let's
me
check what we're
dizzy.
missing again. We're missing 4 figments and 1 bag. So I'm gonna try to be extra careful in here and see if there could be any figments hiding around. Oh, this takes you back out the bottle. Could these photos have anything? Probably not, right? Because I'm assuming, yeah. Yeah. Okay. I get money for slapping things. Frick this kitchen! Whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh. Really? Oh. Oh! There was something back here. This game is evil. What the? I thought I saw something. Okay. But is that the last thing here? Is that it? Something tells me there might be something I missed. Nope, I think that was it. Alright, hold on. Let me check with the green dude and see if that was the last thing here or not. Otherwise, we gotta go all the way through that again. That was the last thing! Wow. Wow, that gave me ruined greenhouse and Tia's kitchen. What? How? Whatever. Okay, so that means the last thing is somewhere on the island. So we gotta swim around, or we
Thanks, buddy.
go around with this thing to find the last thing-a-ma-ding. And we do have the ticket. Yeah, we do have the tag for it. So we're just gonna go around and look at everything we looked at already and see if there's anything I missed. I talked to them. I don't think there was a ticket or bag there. Ah. You get stuck so easily with this thing. If you hit like anything, you get stuck. It's so annoying. It just kills all of your momentum. Please. Ah! Here's a figment of my imagination. Ah. Okay, where's one of the docks? And there's the bag. But that tells me that there's figments. There's still figments in this area that I missed. Where the frick is this dock? Oh, here it is. What is it? It's this, right?
What's that sound?
He says it there when he's right in front of my eyes.
Bob's emotional baggage is all sorted. Hope that feels better, Agent Zanotto.
Okay, so we're looking for two more figments in this island area. I'm assuming you can't cheat this, right? Oh, you can. Cool. Now, you probably shouldn't, though, because I need the bolt, and I think I have to get the bolt over here. But I do remember, like, I would randomly get figments walking through crap, so, like, this figment can literally be anywhere. No! Oh, no, please tell me I didn't soft block myself. Okay, we're fine. All right, let's go riding. Okay, that's the main island. So this was the yellow path, or was the yellow path different? Game. Okay. The yellow path takes me over here. I'm just double check to make sure I didn't miss anything here. Go through all these plants. After this, we have literally one word left, so I might just finish it up before I stop for today. Then I gotta do some chores in the booty, yeah. Chore me, daddy, yeah. Dude, what the booty eye? Where is it? Well, I guess it doesn't have to be here. So, can't really get mad. What? I didn't mean to do that. Alright. Could be here. This isn't where I just was, right? Make sure I go through all these green things. Don't see nothing. Bruh. Looks like I might have gotten everything here. I'm assuming I can't get to that, right? Or I can. Dang! Yeah, I'm not seeing anything either. So I'm assuming it's not here. Alright. Keep going. So not the yellow path and not over there. This was the Lily path. I don't see anything over here with her. Did I check over here again? I can't remember if I did. Oh. I think I did.
Yep.
Hmm.
Oh, yep.
Not seeing it. Not seeing nothing. If I do that one more freaking time. All right. Bruh. Let me check over here again. I mean, I was here. I'm assuming talking to no one.
Glad Bob still keeps some friends around.
Friends? Please.
All right. Hold on. Part of me's curious.
Oh, troublemaker, eh? Just like me at your age.
I didn't mean to even grab you. I was trying to see if I can grab these. Looks like there's nothing here. Oops. I really was trying not to do that. I promise. I honestly don't even remember what I haven't looked at. Something tells me it has to be over here or something, because like there's a lot of crap around here. Bruh! I got everything but these figments. Nothing up here, right? Ah! What the hell is that? There's no way there's only one next to a nugget. There was tons here. There's tons like in the leaves and crap. I remember all that. So I don't know what that guy's talking about. I remember like just finding some, just going through some of these plants. thing. I thought I could cheat that. You can cheat it like that. Okay. Which color did I not look at? I'm pretty sure I looked at all the colors. Maybe there was something in the water I missed. I do remember there was some in the water. I'm not seeing any, though. I'm pretty sure I must have gotten the one that was with the nugget because I have the nuggets. Maybe I'm misunderstanding wrong. Maybe it isn't in this area and it was somewhere else. Let me try going back to the beginning area. See what's there.
Hey, Bob. How's it going?
Oh, you know, inch by inch, row by row.
Mind if I sail around and tie up some loose ends?
Okay, but listen. I have all the seeds I need, okay?
Gotcha. No seeds. I promise. Oh, yep.
Tia! Like, I remember there was some up here. But we got those. And, like, this definitely isn't enough to float us anywhere. Were there any other fire pits? Maybe there are more fire pits and I didn't miss them. But otherwise, I literally don't know what I'm missing. Oh, wait. I was supposed to talk to the green thing again. See if there is any other place I could be not seeing.
Could you give me a lift?
So, Tia's kitchen is done. Ruined greenhouse. Ship in a bottle. Sunken motherlode. Bog of betrothed. And Viking summit. And cake summit. Yeah, so everything's done except for Bob's Island. So it has to be here. Just where?
Oh.
Bruh! I really don't know where. Could it be like in the beginning of these pipes?
Yep.
I do remember I missed some on this slide, but I'm pretty sure I got all them after I came back. And I think it just... Wait, now I can go here? Because before it wasn't letting me do that. I'm assuming there's nothing here, right?
Hey, little buddy. I need to get somewhere quick.
Yeah, it's always going to take me back to Bob's Island.
Got a little bubble juice in my nose that time.
What's that guide that says that all the hard to find figments? Yeah, but where was that? In one of the bottles. So you're trying to tell me this is an obvious figment that I'm missing? When I just drove all the way around and see none? That's what they're trying to say. Huh. Does this count as a different area?
Could you give me a lift?
Yeah, it does.
Thanks for the ride.
All the bottles count as different areas, so that those can't be the ones in Bob's Island. I think this one takes me into that Tia's kitchen thing. Yeah. So it literally cannot be related to a bottle. The interesting thing is that this place doesn't seem to turn into a new area until I walk in here. But yeah, this counted as completing, this one behind here counted as completing Tia's kitchen. But this one is not like the other ones in the sense where I can come back out of the bottle. But I think once I come back out of the bottle, this becomes Bob's Island again. Yeah, so Bob's Island has nothing to do with any of the bottles. That's for sure at this point. So that's very strange that that guide shows something related to a bottle for Bob's Island. Because Bob's Island literally isn't related to the bottles in any way, shape, or form. I do remember there are some figments in the water. Just randomly, so maybe that's related. Follow all pathways in the horizon. That's what I've been doing this entire time. Clearly, they're not easy to find if you missed it.
So what are you doing out here?
Just trying to stay away from Great Uncle Bad News.
Oh, I thought I was glitched. I couldn't move. Yeah, I'm so confused. saying that I'm missing them in Bob's Island, but I don't see anything here. And the guide you're looking at claims that the ones in here are easy to find, but I don't see them. So, what? Clearly they're not. And it looks like I did get all the ones in the water because I went everywhere in the water. Am I gonna have to look this up too? Ba-ba-bo. Okay, well, this is a good time for me to test that new feature. If the stream breaks, then we know that that doesn't work. Do you see YouTube on there? Like on the screen? Alright. What? That's not typing anything. What, why is it being sus? Okay. Which just search Bob's Island.
You're a goal-achieving go-getter. You made your schedule. You called the shots. You've got this, Bree. And nothing can stop you. Not even the night shift. Earn your degree online with
get
more than
it.
170.
All right. What?
Programs apply today.
That was weird. Let's take a look.
Starting a signal fire. Tried it. No one comes.
1 through 8. Okay, we got those. Okay. I'm pretty sure we got all these. But maybe not. No, because we just stood there long enough to where you'd see that, right?
This bottle looks promising. And ominous. Prominous, if you will.
You see how that one just came out of nowhere? That's why they're not straightforward. So I don't know what the hell that guy was talking about. And then I see these over here. I got those, I thought.
Yep.
Okay, this is interesting because if they get anything extra in here, that means this counts as... No, they're saying this is Tia's kitchen. Let me see what figments they get here. they showing those other figments just to show them?
Yep.
They say this is 1 through 8, so let me see. Bob's Island must repeat. Yeah, it does. Okay. Ah, okay. I might not have gotten that. Okay, let's pause that for now. Let me move that over there. Okay, how did that look? Did that look fluid? I'm trying to make it so that if I pop up stuff to look up stuff, it doesn't, it's not like too like in the way. But then I can just get back to what we were doing. That was the pink path. Oh frick, I put that in the way of the chat. Hold on, go over here. Looked okay to me. Okay, cool. Cool. Cause I remember like back in the day when I was streaming, I would just be researching anything on the stream, on the go. And that was something that I really wanted to have a fluid thing going on for that. One thing I'm thinking of doing is having a clone of the scenes, like having like a blurred scene that I can go to when I do look at that, so like you guys get a nice blurred effect in the background. But that's extra. That's extra. What am I doing? That is not what I was supposed to do. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we got everything here. Yep, I didn't get that. I see it already. Dude, how did that person not say this is a hard one to get? They're such a freaking liar. Ah! Okay, there we go. That's one other. Let's take a look at the next. Yeah, like that was really hard to see because those plants that it was next to are yellow. Wait, what? Wait, did they get something there? And I missed it? Sorry, I might have zoned out. Oh, there's another one there. Is that another one? Or no? What the hell? Why did they do this? I don't understand what they're doing here. Okay, did they film this as they are figuring it out? I think that's what they must have done because this doesn't make any sense. I think they literally filmed this as they were figuring it out. Sus. Okay, so I got that, obviously, because that one wasn't there.
Ah, here's the Hatbox tag.
Pretty sure I got that one, right? Right?
Yep. Hey, Lily.
gotta be kidding! Dude, both of the ones I missed were freaking in trees? I don't remember getting that one. At all. Yep. Are you kidding?
That's it. I think.
Oh my god, dude. Oh, sorry. I need to move it. I was gonna see if that was actually what I missed, and if it was, then I was gonna just turn that off. But since it is exactly what I was missing, I can just turn it off now. Yeah, this place, not the best. Not one of the best places, I gotta say. But those were so ridiculous. I can't believe that person said that that was straightforward. Like, all the other ones were, because they were just sitting there. But those, I felt like those weren't obvious. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Hey, little buddy. I need to get somewhere quick.
Okay, I think we have one more place left. I'll check again, and then I'll be done for today. But that's some good progress. There's two. Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, Tomb of Sarcophagus in Cassie's collection. I remember missing some in Cassie's collection. I don't... Sarcophagus... Okay, yeah. Tomb... I don't even remember what that's from. Oh, I do now. It was that place where the sharks were, like, flying around, right? Alright. Whose ward was that a part of? Was it one of Ford's places? It was, okay. Alright. Hopefully these last few we weren't missing like so much that it's gonna be like really hard.
Ford really doesn't have anything else to hide. I really didn't want to come back here. I'll make it quick.
It was really a memory vault? That's it? How did I miss that? What? Are you... Bruh. I can't. This game hates me, bro. Ford Cruller cracked. Cruller, whatever. Douchebag, because that one was bull crap. Oh no. Oh no. Dang, that guy did so much sus-ish. I can't believe it was just right there.
May I trouble you for a bubble?
This freaking thing's just laughing at me. Okay, now this last area, I really like this last area, and I know that I flat out missed some, so I'm trying to figure out how you're supposed to go back to get them, because I couldn't figure out how to get back to those. No, I thought I missed a few because it teleported me. I didn't know it was gonna teleport me sometimes. Really? No, it's 3? Okay. Yeah, what used to happen to me, like what was happening in this world is it would teleport me all the freaking time. So like I would trigger something and then it would take me away from that area when I knew there was figments there. So now I have to figure out how do I get back to those places. I think it was. Let me check. I might be wrong. I'm probably wrong. Oh, there's a nugget of wisdom, a half a mind, figments and baggages. But I think that it took me away from some of those that I knew were there. I do remember
Here,
that.
buddy. I need to get somewhere quick.
Wow, I didn't get everything anywhere. Okay. Apparently we sucked at this place.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, I remember this being one of the places I didn't know how to get back to.
Hi.
I'm a fish! Look at my bones!
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Is this their way of saying that there's something, like, here? Or do I gotta go in here? Maybe I gotta go in here. What was that sigh about, bro?
Is that a penny over there, Handkerchief?
No, go.
Stand over here right now.
Bro!
Another day, another dollar.
Actual troll.
Don't you just love books?
Yes, they're delicious.
Strike me down. Now only multiply.
Sorry, I was curious. Alright. Whoa, that looks sus up there. What's that? I probably can't get that. Oh no. Ow. Oh no,
Good.
freaking enabler.
They're under that enabler's protection. Nope.
I can't see! Stop enabling!
Watch it.
If only people listened. I feel like, honestly, a lot of the references to, like, mental health terms in this game are, like, pretty valid. But, like, Enabler, this one's pretty, like, really good visually in my mind. Like, if you're gonna put something that enables other things in a game, I feel like, oh my god, kill the Enabler, you ball!
Sorry, but
Okay, there we
I
go.
just can't handle your energy right now.
Oh! Roasted! Just kidding. Oh no! Why is there more? What the hell?
That's enough positivity for now.
Okay, frick this. I'm gonna put on something else. There's way too many enablers up in here, okay? Dude, get your cock out of my left nut!
No more rhymes.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord, Jesus. I was using the wrong ability. I thought that was the other one. My bad. Dude, how many are they gonna get me up in here? They're trying to get me killed up in this ish. No, no. Yes, Daddy. Yes, Daddy. The frick was all that, man? I'm all sore now. Ow. I'm assuming we're missing something here, right?
So here you go. Got it.
What? Okay.
Look, over there. These things are murder on my back.
Wait a minute, what? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, I don't think I needed this. I don't think I missed any in the books, right? Oh my god, it did that crap again!
Could you give me a lift?
Well, it's claiming I don't have everything here either, so... Ah! Bro. I thought I fell. I was about to, I was about to be so mad. Yeah.
I'll take this nugget.
All right, hold on. Nugget. And so we got all the nuggets. We're looking for half a mine, baggage, and figments. But that, honestly, I'm gonna guess that that might be everything here. Yeah, because that was like a lot of stuff. Never mind. Okay, now I'm curious. Let me look around real quick before I make any assumptions. That's probably the last thing here. Let's see.
May I trouble you for a bubble?
Yep. Okay, so let's go to Warfront or go back to the desk later.
Got a little bubble juice in my nose that time.
Oh, frick. This place was huge. I remember this place. Oh. Well,
I think I hear some emotional baggage.
there's one of them. I can't remember if I saw this one or not. I think I had to have. The thing is, should I be riding on that boat thing, or am I fine? Oh, I thought that was a figment. Huh? Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Meow.
Bro.
Hey, little buddy. I need to get somewhere.
Oh, it is. So everything else is at the librarian's desk. Yeah, I think it's a baggage and the rest of the figments and a half of mine.
Makes me a little dizzy.
The thing is, this is the place that like teleports me all the freaking time.
Yep.
Yeah. Where did I go last time? I don't even remember what I did.
Hey, handsome, don't say I never gave you nothing. You sure you want to do that? Sure. You just
Bro!
big guy. I got this.
Why are they trolling now?
Easy squeezy.
Oh, I need that fast and slow down thing. Hold on. This.
It's more than me.
Oh my god, are you serious?
That's it. I think I've collected every figment in this mine.
Okay, something. There is probably something back there. I did not mean to slow them both down. Dang. Okay, frick the book. Ah, this is what I was trying to do last time, but it teleported me. I remember that.
Here I go. Limbo. You need this more than
Oh yeah,
me.
that's the half of mine. I have a brain. I thought I thought they trolled me. Never mind, we're good. I thought they were only gonna give me that health and not open the door. I can't believe that that actually worked. Okay, I don't see anything in here, so I'm assuming the bag is probably in one of the other rooms. I have to stand literally right in front of it because it keeps trolling me now.
Why do I have to do all the hard work?
I don't know what that's about.
Hey, look at Cassie over there, getting along with herself.
What's that? Easy squeezy. Sure. You can take it easy, big guy.
Just looking for baggage now. Oh, frick, you scared me. You fricker. Alright. It might not even be in here. Oh, wait a minute. No, wait. I think I got that one. Did I? Oh, frick. I think I know where that is. I know where that is. I remember now. I might be wrong, but if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But I hope I'm not wrong.
These things are murder on my back. Squeeze me.
How did I get up there again?
Woo! I'm an airplane.
Bro! I thought I could save it. Dang, you got slapped, bro. I can't lie. I don't know why this was so hard, but it was. It shouldn't be, but it was like incredibly hard for me. Okay, where was that thing at? Okay, here it is.
Forever, pal.
I think this raises me up.
I'm going to stand over here.
I thought they were trolling again. I thought they were just gonna stand there because they said, I'm gonna stand over here. I thought that there was a baggage here, but I didn't have the tag at the time. No! Oh, wow, okay. I thought it went higher than that.
My dogs are barking today.
Where's the way I'm supposed to get up? Just anything? Yeah, here it is. See, I remembered it up there, but I couldn't remember if I got it. But I never got it because I think when I found it, I didn't have the tag at the time.
Maybe now she can write another book.
Oh my god, and we're still not level 1, rank 102. There better be more to the game after this, bro, because they won't let me go to the areas. Anyways, we completed all the brains. Well, so far.
Could you give me a lift?
But that is definitely gonna be it for me today. My neck hurts and all that. I don't know what the hell. Yeah, so let's just confirm. That is all the brains so far. I'm assuming we're gonna see another one when we go into the next area, maybe? I don't know, but unfortunately I can't go back to the quarry or the mother lobe just yet. But we almost finished almost everything. So I think I can, how do you get out of here again? I think you exit. Yeah, like that. Okay. So now that I did all of that, I'm gonna see what I can upgrade. Obviously, I'm not rank 106, so I can't get the upgrade I wanted. But we can probably get almost everything else. Oh, 102. Alright, so we have 16 points. I can't do math, so I don't know what that really means. But we're just gonna try to, you know, collect these, you know? Enemies take damage when they melee attack your archetype. Increases the devastation of wrecking ball attacks. Let's just get these, because these are 5. Then 5. Ah! Which one's more important? On impact, burst into smaller side blast projectiles that do less damage. Honestly, this is more useful. Alright, so then we need 7, and then I'm assuming this is gonna be, yeah, that's another 7. So we need 14 more to finish the collection. I mean, no, 13, because I have 1. But that was a lot of progress, I gotta say. That was good. That was good progress. And then we can also use this. Unfortunately, only the locations have cards, so I can't do anything like increasing my rank because that would require me leaving. But we can see if there's any pins that I might want to add. That's so cute, but pointless as hell. That could be useful, but I also like what I have. Chain brain? This is actually OP as hell if you think about it. I think I just got that upgrade. I think I already put this on. I think I have this already. Right? Honestly, that sounds like the only one that might be useful to me, so... Honestly, I probably would get rid of the melee thing.
I can tell you are an intern, staff member, visitor, or intruder of great taste.
Wow.
Whenever you need more gear, the automatic will be here.
Okay, let me check that. Okay, so what we got on... We got keeps you from getting encumbered by those gooey doubt droppings, because that's just hella annoying. Grabbing an enemy with mental connection will deplete their health. Nice. If you have the chain brain side blast upgrade, this will tack on some more links. And I think we do. Yeah, that's one we just unlocked. Which on impact bursts into smaller side blast projectiles that do less damage. So it will chain on even more. So that's really good. So at this point, ability-wise, what I really need to have out is Side Blast. We keep the levitation because it gives us the extra jump. Mental connections are I really like that. So those are stronger now. And honestly, I can keep the projectile thing because that's nice to have because it can be a way to distract enemies. I could use telekinesis. Telekinesis would probably be the best thing if I want to have something that can actually attack, because I have good upgrades on telekinesis too. But I really like the projectile thing, so we're gonna keep that for now. But I think right now our character is pretty beefed up. Like this is a pretty good stage to be in. And unfortunately, it won't let me freaking leave. So I can't go to the locations and make the changes there. Which really sucks because I would really like to be able to do that.
Can't leave now. They need my help.
But apparently I have to do this first. So I'm hoping there's still more game after this. But honestly, that's a lot of progress today. We almost finished all of our stuff. We collected almost everything. The only thing we got to do is continue going through the quarry and the mother lobe and whatever new brains open up. And give Lily the fungus and the scavenger hunt. We still have 6 items, and I'm assuming that's just items that I missed in those other places. And unfortunately, it looks like I'm not able to go back